Hello artists. Today I'm going to show you how to make a mixed media sunset. I'm going to turn this into an ocean picture where it's got to have a sunset with tissue paper instead of paint or other drawing supplies. And then the ocean I'll just paint with regular. Now in another art class I'm going to add more details onto this. So this is just the start of this artwork. So tissue paper is really fun because it just makes your artwork look a little bit more different than just having paint. Now you can make a sky that's, tissue paper, like sunset colors, which I think are warm colors. Or you can make it just normal colors, like maybe nighttime colors. Those would be really nice. So what you need in order to do this is you need a bowl, except you are going to dump almost all of the water out, and you're going to have very little water in it. It's just a little bit at the bottom. And what you're going to do with this is you need, make just a little bit because you can always make more. You don't want to waste. But what you need is you need some glue to go into that water. And again, maybe you can see it's just a smidge of water is in there, and I'm going to add a healthy amount, but not like the whole bottle or anything like that. Maybe like that much glue. Close up my glue because I don't want it to be wasted. And with a paintbrush, and I picked a bigger fluffy paintbrush so I can get more surface, you're just going to mix it up because you want gluey water. Now you'll have to clean this out at the end of your project or whenever. And then what I'm going to do is, after you write your name and your grade, of course, I'm going to cover the top half of my picture with my sunset. And it's okay if it goes over the edge, because when it's dry in another art class, I can flip it over and cut it. So I'm just putting some down first. If they're fluttering away, you might just want to add just a couple stripes of gluey water to help you get going. So I'm adding just a little bit. You can see I'm not adding too much. They don't have to be in a row. You can make them wacky if you want. The only thing I'd like you to do is pay attention to where you want your ocean to start. I'm even going to fold the edge to make a really nice tidy edge where I want my ocean. And I'm going to try my hardest to have that be a straight line. Don't want to forget yellow. So anything that's going to be on the horizon line needs to be really nice and straight. Remember, horizon means where the land meets the sky. All right, almost done. Again, I really like that folded edge for just the very bottom. You could have colors overlapping other colors. Get some pink in there since that's a nice warm color. All right, so now I'm going to take that gluey water and I'm going to gently, so I don't moosh it all, paint on top so that I can really go slow. But I want that paint, or that watery glue, I should say, to go through the tissue paper. Tissue paper is so thin that you can have your gluey water, it will go right through it. And again, this could be one way to make a sunset. You could also just paint a sunset if you still want to add, things like a pirate ship or a dolphin jumping, which I'm going to show you tomorrow, have palm trees, stuff like that. But this is just preparing the background. Sometimes you need to spend a whole art class just preparing, thinking about what you want to make, because having a sky and all of that is going to look really nice. So I am going to paint the water, although I guess you could use the tissue paper. I made sure this is all really flat and glued down. You don't want it bumpy. Otherwise, when you add, if you choose to add like a pirate ship or anything, it's going to be difficult. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump this out, clean it out, and get a little water, except I already have some prepared, so I don't have to do that. And I found some leftover blue paint. Always look at leftover paint before you get fresh paint. It helps us have more art supplies. But I also found another one. Well, this one doesn't really have blue. It has some green. I'm going to use it because using 2 different colors looks better than 1 color. So I've got glue on this brush, so I need to make sure I clean it off. Wipe it on the lips so it doesn't drip. Blot it on your towel. All right. And I'm going to very carefully paint the ocean. There is a trick to painting water. When you paint water, you go side to side all the way across your paper. Do not go up and down. If you go up and down, it will not look like water. Oh gosh, I should have had a messy mat underneath my artwork because now I'm painting on the table and I'm gonna have to clean that up. Straight across. I like it when some of it looks a little darker and some of it looks a little lighter. That's like waves. And I'm not rushing, I'm really taking my time. If I'm gonna bother making an artwork, I should make it so that it looks nice. I'm gonna pick up some of that green that was in that egg carton left over. And the more I add it with the blue, it'll blend in, and I think it'll become like a tealish color. Sometimes you have to add a little water to get the paint to continue so it doesn't look patchy. And you can see that I'm really taking my time going back and forth. All right, and I'm gonna go all the way to the bottom of my paper. I hope some of you try this today, even if you don't wanna add a palm tree or a dolphin or a pirate ship. Making an ocean is really fun. And maybe you'll decide that you do want to add some other stuff to it in the future too. So I'm going to go ahead and finish painting my ocean, making horizontal, that's this way, lines. And then I will see you in the next art class and tell you how to Shazam this guy. All right, everybody, happy arting.